Okay, so The Gentleman is written and directed by Guy Ritchie, and it stars a lot of people, including Matthew McConaughey, Hugh Grant, Charlie Hunnam, Colin Farrell, Henry Golding, Michelle Dockery, and it's set up as a non-linear structure where about a bunch of gangsters who do a bunch of stuff. Not to be confused with Snatch, which was a Guy Ritchie movie with a non-linear structure about gangsters doing a bunch of stuff. Not to be confused with Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, which was a non-linear structured movie involving a bunch of gangsters talking about a bunch of stuff. You can see where I'm coming with this. And yeah, you can probably guess where I'm coming with this. I'm not a big fan of Guy Ritchie as a filmmaker. I feel like he's one of those few directors who definitely has their own style. And to me, like, his style's not really that impressive when I think about it. And after a while, it just gets old. Like, I didn't really care for Snatch. I haven't really cared for any of the big movies he's done in recent years, like his Sherlock Holmes movies I didn't really care for. I've had mixed feelings about Aladdin overall. And when I saw the trailer for this movie, I said to myself, yeah, Guy Ritchie's directing that. Shocker. Because it's essentially the same thing as Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. And it's like, this is the exact same movie, just with a different cast. And it's like, okay, trade this for this, and trade this for this, and trade this for this. And you essentially get the same movie. And it's not like, it's like at least he tried to change it up for Aladdin or something. But that movie had other issues. Another video. Overall, this is not a horrible movie by any means. The Gentleman's not horrible. There are some good things here. The performances across the board are pretty good. Matthew McConaughey is good. Hugh Grant looks like he's having a lot of fun with his performance. And so is Henry Golding, actually. Colin Farrell as well. He looks like he's having fun. Charlie Hunnam, he looks like he's doing a good job in this movie. This is probably one of his better performances in recent years. Michelle Dockery, she surprisingly holds on to her own against the gentleman in this movie. Also, I thought it was very funny in the second half as opposed to the first half. Like, I found myself laughing more in that half. Also, I do like the way they structure this a bit, where it's like Hugh Grant is structuring it like as a movie, pretty much. And it's like, okay, you're being very meta, Guy Ritchie. And I'm a sucker for meta humor no matter what. Even like crappy movies where they do reference it. I do like that. So it kind of does differentiate itself from his other two gangster movies. Any issues with this movie? My main issue with this movie is that it kind of took a while for me to get interested in this movie. Like, it was about halfway through when I really got into it, I guess. Because, like, the first half is like, okay, it's just setup and setup and setup. Like, literally, Hugh Grant is pitching this movie to Charlie Hunnam's character. And it's literally just him setting up the movie. And at times it can be funny. At times it's dumb. And, like... Also, I know it's a gangster movie, but there are too many double crosses in this movie. Like, way too many double crosses in this movie. Like, oh my god. Like, I get it, that's like that's a trope of like gangster movies or like, and it's like once is fine, but when you do it like 10 times, it's like, okay, who's on whose side now? So eventually it just gets really confusing. And like all the like action scenes, or like the fight scenes, or like the the shootout scenes, if you want to call it that. They're mixed overall. Like, they're not horrible. They're just not that interesting. Like, I feel like that's the best way to describe The Gentleman for me. It's not horrible. It's just not that interesting to me. And if you love, Guy Ritchie's stuff, like, Snatch, Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, you'll probably enjoy this movie. If you're like me, who doesn't really care for that as much, who feels like there's something missing from his movies, then you'll probably feel the same way about The Gentleman. I'll give The Gentleman 2.5 out of 4 stars. Stream it. So, what is your favorite Guy Ritchie movie, or what is your favorite gangster movie? Comment down below, subscribe to the channel. This is Pat, and take care.